Budgies, my name is VTR and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I'm actually kind of glad I waited to review this. So today we are reviewing Final Destination Bloodlines. I've actually reviewed every other Final Destination movie on the channel. So I think it's good that I'm finally getting around to reviewing the new one. I didn't review it when I first saw it. I know, right? I've definitely do that a lot. Um, but today we're gonna review the movie and everything. So let's go ahead and jump right into the synopsis, shall we? The newest chapter it, in the Final Destination franchise takes audiences back to the very beginning of Death's twisted sense of justice. Plague of violence, a reoccurring nightmare. A college student heads home to track down the one person who might be able to break the cycle and save her family from a grisly demise that awaits them all. Now, going into this movie, I had pretty decent expectations. They weren't like crazy expectations, but I definitely had pretty decent expectations. Because the last one before this one, the fifth one, was actually one of the better films. There's only like two movies I can say are like not good or just bad, and that would be 3 and 4. And this one is probably one of the best, if not the best, in the series. Um, First off, you gotta talk about the big elephant in the room, the kills and everything, and I think they are done pretty well in this movie. They are very CG heavy, which was a problem in the other films, but here it's not really an issue. Um, because it's not done in like a way where it's like distracting or weird like they were in the other one. Because like the last two kind of had like that whole like 3D gimmick, which I'm very glad this one didn't do. Obviously, that gimmick has died out. Um, where they just like shove things in the camera just for the sake of 3D. Um, but what they do with this one, I think, is one of the most interesting um, ways they've taken this series. With it being like generational and everything, hence the name like Bloodlines. It's following a bloodline and everything. And the little nods to the franchise here and there that are in the movie are really cool. Um, and also, it's watching this in a theater. I really hope you got to see this in theaters, because watching a Final Destination movie in theaters is a really um interesting experience. When I saw this movie, it was an entire packed theater and everything. Like, and I had to like, and normally like I sit in the top row. I had to sit in the front row because there were no other seats available. Like, it's been a while since it's not a while, but it's been a bit since I've had a movie theater that packed. Especially for a horror film. I think the last time I was in a horror movie that was that packed was, I think, Halloween Ends. Um, but the the uh this that movie probably has some of the best characters in the entire franchise. And they make you actually kind of care about them a bit and everything. And they take the time to make you like kind of like want these characters to like succeed and everything. And I think that's a really good thing, because a lot of the other movies, like, we don't care about these characters and everything. Now, getting into some of the negative, because there's not a lot, but I think there's like some stuff with the characters that are just like meh, and everything. But like, I don't have that much of a negative to say about the film, and neither do most people, because I've heard pretty much nothing but positive reviews from this movie, and I have to bring it up. Tony Todd, his cameo or appearance in this movie, being like his final well, final acting performances. Um, I ain't gonna lie, it did make me kind of tear up in the theater. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm so glad they brought him back for this film. This movie was in development heck for the longest time. Like it was like I think it like started production like back in like 2016, and then like so many things kept like stopping it from like getting done, but it finally came out. And I think it's just overall a really good entry to the franchise. Um, and the way they do the whole opening disaster is so interesting how they do it compared to how we've seen it done in other films and everything, because it's different. They definitely add some stuff, and the open the disaster, it's like watching that in theaters, like oh, you like seeing all the little like little details and everything that you know from a Final Destination. It's like you're like grabbing at your seat, you're like oh. And there's like other scenes where it's like oh, what's gonna cause something, what's gonna be the like, it's those things like that. Final Destination, they nail it. They nail it in this movie. They do it so freaking well. And I thought it was so greatly executed. I thought it was very well done. Um Overall, I think the critics give this movie a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences give it an 87, which I think is a pretty good point for it. Where do I put the film? I'm personally going to put this movie at a. Oh, my mind is blanked. I'm going to put this movie at a 4 out of 5. Mostly because there's not. It's just everything you want from this movie. It's there's not like much problem. I wish like there wasn't as much CG used. I wish there were a little more practical effects, but it's not like it's bad CG or anything, and it's done well and everything. And I think that's a good thing. So it's like it's hard to really find things I didn't. There is some like acting and like some character moments that like aren't great and everything, but overall I don't really think there's a lot. I don't really like the way the movie ends either. It gives like the whole I don't know, I don't really mind like what the ending is. It's just kind of how it happens. It gives me kind of like the vibe of it kind of gives me the vibe of how part four ends, which is not a good thing because the fourth one is the worst movie. But like that's me trying to reach for things to complain about and everything. But like overall, I think it is a good Final Destination movie. It's a good horror film and everything. Um, but that's really all I got to say about this about this movie, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you guys got any other movies you want me to review for VTR's Creepy Frights, let me know because I will check them out. I do have some movies that are on my list and everything. I'm planning on attacking the Predator franchise at some point because you know the new movie's coming out. So I'm thinking about doing that. Yes, I will stand by that. That is at least horror adjacent, so I consider it a horror franchise. Most people probably consider it horror because it's a connection to Alien, but that's also a franchise I need to check out because I know they just had a new movie and a new TV show, so I need to check out both of those. But that's gonna be it for this review, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see each and every one of you guys in the next one. Bye.